welcome to MGP499. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna, and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Heyo.
Hello.
Hey.
One more week until Elimination Week, where one podcast host gets binned off forever because we're 500 episodes in, and we replace you with somebody. We did this on 250 episodes. That's how Pab ended up involved in the first place. And we're doing it's a tradition. Every 250 episodes, one of us gets removed, and we drafted a previous competition winner to take their place. I'm very excited. My money's on Sheepdog. Get in the chop.
I am slightly worried because last time I think we did the 250 and then we took Bouncy down to London, pushed him off a train and never saw him again. So you're taking me to Wales since your plan to just like throw me out.
So throwing you in the sea.
Yeah. I mean, I can swim, so go for it. Like, that'll be fine. I'll probably get back to your car before you do because I'm faster.
Right,
than you.
I want that on record. He has just given me permission to push him in the sea in Wales. Purely on the basis that he can swim.
Phones are waterproof, aren't they?
I don't think they care for icy cold salt water.
Okay, that puts a bit of a spanner in the works. Ask to hold my phone first, and I'll probably be cool with it. But if you destroy my phone...
I'm more worried about the fact you're coming in capacity as my cameraman. So if you're holding one of my cameras, that'll probably protect you. If you find yourself at any point holding the cheap camera, panic. Or one of my GoPros. I got a GoPro subscription yesterday, which means I am now allowed 2 replacement GoPros a year, no questions asked. So if I say, Sheepdog, one moment, just... hand me the big camera. Oh, I really fancy this bit being filmed on the GoPro. Then you really need to work. It doesn't even matter if that breaks. No questions asked.
Do you have to send it back, or can it mysteriously disappear into the boot of my car?
I don't think I can just get 2 free GoPros a year. It's only a £50 subscription. Anna found me an excellent deal. A GoPro Mini that's supposed to be £400 is £150 if you sign up for their £50 subscription for the year, which gives you these. I've already got like 3 GoPros. But I can't resist a deal like that. And now I can break 2 of them a year and get a replacement. I've broken 2 in the last year, I should think. I'm forever breaking GoPros.
I feel like these companies, they try and do these services and people like us end up wrecking them because HP have a thing where you can get ink sent to you every time you get like halfway through a pot of it. And they gave me 6 months free and said for every person I get to sign up for it, I'll get another 3 months. So I stuck my code in my Amazon review, and I don't have to buy ink until 2025 at the moment, and I just keep updating the review so that it goes back to the top of the list.
They don't mind people like us doing it though, because the 95% of people who are normal choke apparently.
All right then. I was like, what happened there? I was going to fill in and then I thought, is he dead?
I had some peanut brittle before I started and now it's on my little dangly bit in my throat. I'm
lucky. I had my dangly bit removed.
I've got peanut dangle. Oh my word.
Do you need Anna to try and give you the Heimlich?
No, I'm all right. What I could do with is you lot not making me talk for a minute.
No, go on. Yeah,
let's pretend this never happened.
But no, it's quite cool because I just get an email every day at the moment going, someone has used your code. Have another 3 months on us. And it's like, yeah, you're going to ban me from this at some point when you realise that I own all the ink because they've already sent me one. I've only printed one like 2-page document and they've already sent me a new canister of ink out. And I'm like,
I think that's ridiculous. Why Gusto changed the terms of their referral thing, the refer a friend deal. Because for about 3 years, we never paid for a Gusto box because we just put our refer a friend deal in the description of the vlogs. And it just constantly kept ticking over with people doing the referrals. I think now you're only allowed to refer a maximum of 2 people. So we've stopped getting Gusto. Now we have to pay for it.
It seems weird on their part because surely you sent them a lot of business, and I'm sure HP is swimming in the money that I've given them. Big ink.
Exactly. And I've just talked about GoPros. As far as GoPro are concerned, that's 24 hours. I've given them 200 quid and then given them some free promo. They're having a lovely time. They're laughing. Yeah. Congratulations,
all those brands
GoPro.
Have just benefited for nothing, haven't they? I feel like I'll send them that when they complain. I'll say I plugged your printer ink on my podcast. They'll laugh in my face.
How dare they? But yes, 500 episodes next week. Are we excited? Pab's got a massive party planned for us. I cannot wait. Presumably this party is in Wales, where we're going to be. Pab's going to come to Wales as well, aren't you, Pabby?
Emma?
See, Pab's coming to Wales. Yeah, see, Pab's coming to Wales.
We told you to come. You should come.
Anna doesn't want to come because she's got beef with the Welsh, haven't you, Anna?
I am Welsh.
See, she's got beef with the Welsh. But it's going to be me, Sheepdog, and Pab sharing one travel lodge room. It's going to be glorious.
Speaking of,
it does
of
say
Welsh
that those
people,
rooms can sleep 3 adults. I checked.
I'm going to get into a bit of a tangent because I was away last week, and I apologise for missing the podcast. But I was in Manchester. I was celebrating my friend's birthday down the road from Pab in his hometown while it was his birthday, and I didn't know until these three were like, "Where are you? Why aren't you on the podcast?" I was like, "I told you, I'm away for my friend's birthday," and apparently it was Pab's. So happy birthday for last week, Pab. But a friend of mine, I didn't know this about him. When he gets drunk and he gets a bit too drunk, his accent goes Welsh, and so he was chatting to me, and literally mid-sentence, he went Welsh, and he was Welsh for the rest of the night.
Is he Welsh?
His family are Welsh, like his grandparents, but he's not personally. He grew up in London. But I had to Google it. Is this a thing? And apparently lots of people have this, where their accent just shifts as they get drunker, and they just they switch.
This is the real reason that I don't drink anymore, because I don't want my real accent to ever sneak back out.
I bet.
I've got my showbiz accent now, and I refuse to ever go back to the old one.
So I was there going like, he did it, and I laughed, and I thought, this is a bit. And then I was like, no one's this committed to a bit except you, Kev. But eventually, I don't know, a little bit we tried to catch him out, see if, leave it for a minute, talk to him, see if he'd forget. But even when we were we were staying in a hotel room together, and like we were chatting for a bit that night, and he was still just Welsh. And I just thought, this is absolutely
I'm
bizarre.
assuming you mean Welsh accent and not full Welsh language.
Welsh accent, yeah, no, he didn't slip into
Because that would be amazing
language.
if he just started talking the Welsh language.
We even said to him, have you ever been to Wales? He's like, no. Or he's more like, no. It was just absolutely bizarre. But as I say, I Googled it. It was a real thing. Yeah, but it was nice up in your neck of the woods, Pabby. That went to a video game pub where, I must admit, I made the sheepdog mistake I made an opposite sheepdog mistake of impulsively. Someone told me it was £8 for 15 tokens in this pub so that you could go on their machines. So I literally just handed the guy £8 and took the tokens, looked around and thought, there's nothing in here I want to play. It's just that I haven't looked. And so I spent some time on Crazy Taxi. Well, I did 2 taxi drop-offs, and then the next one was so far away, the game just turned off and gave me an E grade. And I was like, that was a waste of time. I played Burnout with some blokes that I didn't even know, and that was quite fun. I did Dance Revolution, which I
hope that was filmed.
Do you know what? I wish I'd said film it. I should have handed my phone over. I did one dance and was like, okay, that was cool. I got like a B, and then they were like, oh no, you get another dance with your token. And I was like, oh god, okay, I can do that. Did the second dance, and then they were like, oh, I think you actually get 3, and my body was just like, oh god. So I did the third dance, and I was knackered for the rest of the night, and I had to go stand under the aircon for a bit. But yeah, I also played like pinball and Tekken and some other bits and bobs. It was a really cool pub. I kind of thought it was a bit loud for probably for Anna, but really
I also
enjoy it.
don't like loud pubs.
Yeah, I think if they I think it was because it was Saturday night. They had the music up. If we went there on like a Friday afternoon or something, it'd probably be quite fun in there. But yeah, we had lots of shenanigans. And the weirdest thing that happened all weekend, the biggest kind of Sheepdog's cartoon lifestyle odd thing, which I realised we did nothing to help this guy. But there was a station that had a piano, and my friend was having a little tinkle on it. And this guy
could have gone to the toilet. Goodness me.
My friend came over, so this guy came over and was clapping that they'd played a really good tune, and they were like, oh, would you like to have a go on the piano? And he was giving the whole, I don't really play. I haven't played for a while. I'm a bit rusty. He starts belting out every tune under the sun. But while he's playing, he's talking to us, and he's like, yeah, I'm only here because I missed my train. And we're like, all right. He goes, I left my passport and my wallet on an airplane that I've just arrived in. I was getting my train to my next flight in London, and now I'm not going to make it. So he's like, my wallet and passport are going one way. Like, the train's just left. I'm here. Don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to play some songs with you lot. And we just stood there watching him play for 20 minutes and then said goodbye and left. And he gave us his Instagram, and I followed him. But like, a week later, I suddenly said to my friend, did he get home? Is he still in Manchester? Is he still twinkling on the piano, just completely lost? But apparently he did message her and say, oh no, I got home in the end. And I don't know how he got home. I mean, how would you even do that? But it only occurred to me as I was driving home that night that we did nothing, like literally nothing to help him. We just took all of his music, said he was really good, and then just left. I was like, whoops. But yeah, he made his own way. He's all good. It's all good. But yeah, it was
Sounds
fun.
like a carefree chap. Because, I mean, I don't think in that scenario, my first instinct would have been go and play a piano somewhere. I'd have probably been quite focused on either getting back my wallet and passport or finding a way to get a later train. I don't think I'm just going to go and play the piano and let the universe fix this for me.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like genuinely crushed. I think he just needed a moment, and we gave him that moment. But it was one of those where, yeah, I did a little bit think I would be spinning around in circles. I would be like asking which train I could get on next.
This should have been what we did when we were stranded in Brussels, Anna. Rather than worrying about hotels and food, we should just found a piano. That would have made everything better while we were surrounded by the stench of wee.
The stench of wee. I mean, it was Manchester, so there was plenty of wee there. One thing that was quite funny as well was he was playing music that we knew the words to, so we were trying to he was singing and we were trying to encourage him. And then this kid came over and just started beatboxing, and it just became really weird. He's just doing his beatboxing while we're just trying to pretend we want to sing along to Let It Go from Frozen, which isn't a song you beatbox to, while this guy's singing sort of broken English. The words to Let It Go, and I just thought this is one of the most surreal things I've done in a long time. This is genuinely, it was magical until the beatboxer came along, and then it just becomes surreal. And I just thought, yeah, okay, what a great way to end the weekend. I went back to my car thinking that if this was a TV show, that would have been a great sort of final, yeah, it's done, see you later kind of thing. But yeah, I bet that kid's still beatboxing there with him if he's still there.
Well, we know he's not still there unless he's a liar. You know, he made it home. Goodness me.
I forgot that bit.
Goodness me. Well, boys and girls, I suppose we should talk about some video games, as that is our purpose for being here. Kevin Chapman, off of the internet, have only played one this week, apart from Football Match, but we know that doesn't count. Only one. I think only one, yeah. Fire Emblem Engage is the one.
Of course.
Yeah. I have played I've played 30 hours of this. I am sleep deprived because of this game, because I have been finishing my streams at 10 o'clock at night, and then I toddle into the living room and sit there with Anna, or toddle up to bed and wait for Anna, just playing this game until my Switch runs out of battery. I am just obsessively playing it. It is awesome. I don't understand. On Twitter, when I've talked about this, there's been people whinging that it didn't get very good reviews. I've not been able to find any bad reviews of it. Every review I've looked at looks awesome, so I think it's just people having a little bit of a moan. But me and Anna were in game today, and bearing in mind it only came out a week ago, it was already, they had one copy of it in game, and it was just on the shelf where all the Switch games are spying out. It wasn't in with the chart ones. It wasn't front facing in any kind of display position on a shelf. They just had this one copy that they tucked away next to Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. I understand why it's seemingly been rejected by the cool kids, but it's got everything that was awesome about Three Houses, which was the first Fire Emblem game I'd ever played. So it's got the awesome battle system out of that, but they've made the battle system better by apparently going back to how it worked on the previous Fire Emblem games. Apparently that was one of the weaknesses of Three Houses. They've got their little Fire Emblem version of rock, paper, scissors, where I still can't remember. Luckily, it gives you a little diagram at the start of every battle telling you whether sword beats lance or axe, or it's a rock, paper, scissors triangle. Mm-hmm. I cannot remember what beats what. After 20 years of Pokemon, I can't remember what beats what. But thankfully, unlike Pokemon, this reminds you before every battle what beats what, so you can plan your squad out and everything.
Pokemon tells you on the moves.
Yeah, but but not before you plan your squad. So with this, you can have a look to see what your opponents have got set up, and then plan your squad accordingly. Like sometimes you'll just face an opponent who's just got a load of people with axes, and if you pick the wrong squad, you haven't got a hope. You're just going to get absolutely battered. I'm still not brave enough to play this on classic mode, because on classic mode, characters permanently die. So I am playing it on Coward's Casual, where when I have a character die, they just respawn for the next battle, because I can't quite cope with having my characters die off permanently. But as well as the battles being awesome, rather than the school this time, it's got the little floating island spaceship base where you live, just kind of floating above the world, that you can always magically teleport to whenever you need to, and you just wander around there doing all of the friendship stuff the like the Persona style, making friends, improving your friendship ranks with everybody, choosing which one you're gonna bang, and just generally having a jolly good time. The more friends you have, the more powerful you become in battle. And yeah, it's got the perfect level of grind to it, where it's not boring grind like an MMO where you're just doing the same thing over and over again, but you go and do a battle. The battles are all different. So there's always a battle to do, because as well as advancing the story, you can always go back and do skirmishes, which are basically previous battlefields, but different sets of opponents, different tactics that you have to employ, and different rewards and stuff. So there's always a fresh battle to do, but then they only last like 15 minutes. And then you've got 5 to 15 minutes of just faffing around, chilling out, trying on new costumes, chatting to people, making sandwiches and soups and polishing your rings and all these little silly little activities that I kind of prefer to the actual battles, but I have to play the battles so I'm not just playing a dating sim. But I love it. It is brilliant. If you like tactical RPG stuff, if you've enjoyed XCOM, if you've enjoyed that Marvel game that I can never remember the name of that came out last year, if you enjoy that kind of thing, you will love this. Just get it played, boys and girls. It's one of the best. I mean, I've said before, I'm on a roll with Switch games at the moment. Everything I touch on Switch is fantastic currently. This is like 4 or 5 consecutive absolute awesome games, but it's another one for Kev's list of Switch recommendations. Fire Emblem Engage. It gets the Kevy thumbs up, boys and girls. Go get it played.
Nice. I need to get on that train at some point, but my list is very, very, very long at the moment, so I'm not going to do it anytime soon. People keep telling me that Persona is available everywhere and all of this, and it's like...
That's how much I'm enjoying Fire Emblem. I downloaded Persona 3 and Persona 4 again on the Switch and the Steam Deck last week, and I've not opened them yet. I've watched Anna play like the first hour of Persona 4, but Persona 3, which I've wanted to play for 10 years, is just sat there. I've got a copy on my Switch, I've got a copy on the Steam Deck, and I haven't even started it because all I want to play is Fire Emblem Engage at the moment. It's that good.
Nice. Well, that's positive. That sounds great. What was I going to say about my, one of them? I can't remember now. It was something about, because it's all available on Game Pass, isn't it? So I'm kind of like, I could go on there. I could get them. I could put them on my computer. But then I'm like, I've already got Midnight Suns and about 20 other games that I need to put on there. I'm hoping. Sorry, my Discord keeps making a noise and it's freaking me out because I'm trying to stop it doing it. So if you can hear that, I apologize. You probably can't, and I've just drawn attention to it. But it's
just
absolutely
heard you do it.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, in the 3 weeks since I've last podcasted, I feel like I have played a couple of games that I didn't talk about before, but I'm also kind of just like, I haven't got that far in them because I'm terrible. I know that Power Banana are both aware of this because I saw them both sneak into my stream at one point or another. But I was playing Cuphead on the Switch. I saw you on the list. I don't know if you actually were in there. I was playing Cuphead on the Switch at one point.
He was probably just coming in to laugh at you playing Cuphead.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he was coming in to support his friend. He was coming in to mock me. But, yeah, Anna came in and was like, I would not enjoy this game. I would not be happy with this. I'd be rage quitting by now. And, yeah, that is the mood, really. I mean, God, that's hard. I reckon I've done maybe 3 streams, and I played it a little bit with Ollie beforehand where I was trying to help him out. And so that's got to be at least, 8 hours worth of playing this game, at least. And I would say, I know actually, that I've done 2 bosses. I've got to the end of a 3rd boss. I've got like 4/5 of the way through one of the run and gun levels. I have really, really gained no skills at it. Like I'm starting to figure out little things, but I think I'm very, very much, I still have the muscle memory from Hollow Knight, and that's very quick and very swish and very like, you can just jump all over the place and bounce off walls and all this stuff. Whereas Cuphead kind of doesn't jump very far and, doesn't really go as quick as you want. The dash isn't very fast. And it's like, I don't think they get quicker. I think you can do levels in an aeroplane and they're very quick and you can get smaller and stuff. But it's like, I've just got to get used to the buttons. I should just sit there and practice in a little sandbox for a bit. But the fact is I'm getting to the end of the bosses after a good 90-minute grind on them one at a time. And I'm just like, Oh God, I don't know. People seem to enjoy watching me succumb to the madness of breaking in these games when I play them. If I play a story game, they're always a bit like, "Yeah, we're not really following the story. We're just here to chat." Whereas if I play a game like that, people are much more like, "Yeah, you can do it. This time's the one," and all of that. So, yeah, it's been fun, and it's. I think I was hoping it would be like a 3 or 4 stream game max, and the fact that I'm only 2 and a bit bosses through means I might have to just stop streaming it at some point without finishing it, because I'm going to hit a point where it's too hard. I also didn't realize I could turn the difficulty down on it and make it slightly easier, but I've not done that yet. I've played it on regular mode, but you can make it simple mode, which apparently is still super hard. There's a robot that you know is impossible to beat if you aren't very good, which I'm not. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. I'm trying to think what else I've played on the Switch. I played a lot of Mario Kart. Touched some of the new DLC levels. I was chatting to you before the podcast about getting a new dock. I didn't get the same one as you in the MPAB. I got one that I was looking at that was similar to the one you got, that your one gave me the confidence to buy. So only because it arrives at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I thought, right, tomorrow I'm going to set Mario Kart up on my big screen, because I've only played it on my monitor. And when I was away at the weekend, a couple of my friends are like super duper excellent players at Mario Kart, which is basically cheating, practicing and knowing the shortcuts and everything, cheating. So I sort of sat down and went, I'm very hit and miss with this. I could either be great or I could be terrible. Don't know which I'll be today. Started off terrible. Got to the point where I was actually in like first place a few times, and then at the last sort of, you know what Mario Kart's like, you can see the finish line and suddenly I get hit by a blue shell or a red shell or a bomb or whatever it is, and 4 or 5 people go past me and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, for goodness sake. So I'm planning on practicing it. That's why I want the dock in the living room, so that I can practice it with the family, and then I can practice it on my own, because I'm taking part in a Mario Kart tournament on the server I'm on, and I don't want to lose. I don't want to be 12th. I don't mind finishing like 3rd, but I'd rather put in a decent showing. I also took part in a Pokemon tournament, which like so one Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I built a team up. So I've never done this before, and that's part of the reason I want to talk about it, because I think it's quite interesting. I've never really tried to build a proper fighting team where you're fighting other people who are actually thinking about the best things to do. Like, the game gives you a team that's whatever, but this involved like actually seeing what the weaknesses in your team were, trying to come up with good moves and good approaches. I made a few mistakes in it, like I threw out toxic spikes, and I think the person I was fighting knew I was going to do that, because their Pokemon bounced those toxic spikes back onto me straight away, and I was then poisoned. I made a mistake in one of the rounds of... Luckily, they reset the battle for me, which is very gracious of them. But I thought I'd sent out a team of 6, but I sent out 1 Pokemon. It died, and then the battle ended. So they were like, oh, no, let's start again. So I ended up beating them and knocking them out of the tournament. And I was like, oh, that's what you get for being kind to me, I guess. You know, you let me off, and now you're out. I'm through to the, I think, quarterfinals of that tournament. And annoyingly, I've played against my friend about 6 times in 1-to-1 battles, and I've only won 1 of them, and I've got them in the quarterfinals, and I'm like, no. So I'm hoping that I can come up with a tactic between now and the next round where I can actually beat them, because they're very confident they're going to beat me, and they know they can, because they have done. I'm still trying to get to grips with all of the moves that don't do damage. Like, there was someone I was fighting I did a doubles battle, and my opponent did these moves that were like, this makes your team faster, this makes your team have stronger defense, this makes it sunny so that this move goes in 1 hit instead of 2 hits. And I'm there just going, fire move, fire move, fire move, fire, you know, trying to just burn them or poison them or whatever I was trying to do. I think I beat them 1 of the 3 battles we did, but yeah, they beat me because they actually had all the clever stuff in their place, and I'm not clever enough for that. I also been rinsing the old Game Pass. I got Ollie onto Terraria, which I've never played before, and it's been interesting learning about. I knew it was like 2D Minecraft, but I didn't realise how much of a free-for-all it was. And he's constantly got these projects he wants to do, and he's telling me all about what he's looking for, and I'm trying to help him overcome little bits and bobs. And I'm intrigued about that. Is there a multiplayer option in this, do you know? Like, can you join each other in the same world?
I think so.
Yeah, he keeps telling me I should play it with him, but I wasn't aware that I could. But
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a very cute little game. I've been sort of just I've been playing it with him in terms of sitting with him, doing it with him, and helping him with bits. But he's been asking me to sort of log in on the Xbox and do that. And was having a faff with that, actually, on an Xbox kind of ramble. We kept having the issue where anytime he went on a game, one of us was playing downstairs, it was sort of having a moan and saying, you can't play this game because Sheepdog's already playing a game downstairs, even though he was on his Ollie account. And I was just like, what the hell? So I went back and forth trying to fix it for ages. Spoke to Microsoft and they were like, make his console your home account. And I thought, how on earth does that work? Like, what? So I went upstairs, I did what they said, and it was just like, yeah, okay, now he's logged in as him. It's my home account, but I'm logged out on it. So he can play all of my games, but I'm not logged in. And then I'm logged in on my one downstairs. And as long as I'm not logged in on his one upstairs, he can do whatever he wants with all of my Game Pass games, and they won't impact anything. And because I'm like a guest on my own Xbox downstairs, I can now play everything without him interfering. And I was just like, okay, I get the logic, but it's very weird that I'm now a guest on my own Xbox and he's a guest on my home Xbox. Like, surely they need to fix that system so that it's just your part of the same
Been like
family.
that for years.
It's weird, though, isn't it? I didn't know it's been like that for years.
Through.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not news to everybody else then, but it was news to me, and it was really stressing them out, bless them. Both boys were trying to play something when they got in from school, and it just kept going, nope, Sheepdog's already playing something. And I'm like going between the consoles trying to figure out what the hell's going wrong. But yeah, no, that they fixed it. They were happy. They thought I was a god for fixing that, the kids. But I think that's everything other than Pokemon Go. They had a community day. That was good. I'm like so close to leveling up that I'm hammering it now. I think that's everything I played that's of note. And there's more new sort of battles in Pokemon Scarlet that I need to get on with. The Greninja is in the raids. But yeah, it's been a nice few weeks. Cuphead's been my main thing, though. That's me done.
Well, let's play an advert then. I love an advert. Good work, Pavi. A really good advert. Top tier.
Yep.
Excellent stuff. Anna, you've had loads of new games in the last week. Loads of them.
I've had 2.
That is
Twice as many
a
as Kev's
significant
played.
number. That's quite a lot.
It's not a lot.
It is. Which one would you like to talk about first?
Forsaken. Forspoken. I don't even know what it's called.
Forspoken.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, what do you think, Anna? Because
I want to put it. I've deleted it off the PlayStation.
Oh, already?
Wow.
That was quick.
I don't. It's not I don't like it. It's just not what I want to play at the moment. So like the first hour, it's very story based, but it's just like, okay, I understand. Like I know what's happening. You don't need to tell me 4 times what's happening. Yeah, you need to run away, and it's just, I just don't like the running or the parkour in it.
Parkour?
It just seems a bit, I don't know what the word is, but it just doesn't work. It's like you press the button and then she moves, and doing that in battles, it just gets on your nerves because you like move and she doesn't move, and it's like, just move. I don't like when you're walking around the town. It's really boring. Like it says, oh, talk to these people because you might not be able to talk to them again. And they're just like, oh, you're that woman. You shouldn't be here. I'm like, well, why do I need to hear that? You know, I don't need to hear criticism. I'm here to help you. And it's just
That's why
like,
you left deep in, wasn't it?
it's just like, oh, there's this, like, it says talk to them. You go and talk to them, and they're all just negative about you. And I'm just like, this is boring. And then yesterday, I got introduced to, like, side missions, as they call them, detours. And I was so bored.
No,
like,
wait a minute. There is one detour. How many cats have you chased, Anna?
Just one.
What a question.
I've chased 2 now.
One.
There are detours where you chase a cat round and then it runs around the back of a corner and goes, oh, there you go. There's some loot on the floor there. And you can fail it, Anna. Have you failed it?
Oh, God, no.
You can
I only
fail
done
it.
one.
I failed it. I don't know.
But by not looking at it.
No, it kind of juked me. It looked like it was going forward and it zagged right. And me just going just off the beaten path just enough. It went, no, fail. Start again. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
It was right at the end as well. I was like, oh, this is... But that made me chuckle at the side quest that is just cat that runs around the city square, and it runs around and it goes behind a load of boxes and goes, "There you go." Oh,
and you've probably walked past there a bunch of times, and it wasn't there.
It wasn't
before.
there then. No, of course not.
It's just.
I
just
bonkers.
find it so boring. Like, this guy was like, "Let's go around the town." I've been everywhere. I've looked around. It was just so boring, and then you go into the world, and I like the magic and stuff, but it gets so samey. Like, bang bang bang, bang bang bang, triangle, bang bang bang, bang bang, triangle. I just got so bored with it. And it's like, oh, go and find, like, so I thought, right, there's this area, go and find all the treasure boxes. Oh, it's a bit of what they call the healing herb. I have 120 of them already.
Yeah.
I don't need more in boxes. I've got so many. And I did like there's like a maze, a labyrinth thing you have to do. I enjoyed that.
The labyrinth that you kind of can't miss at the start, relatively early on in the game, and there's a boss at the end of it where you're in water.
Yeah,
that was awful.
I didn't mind that.
I kept like, because you have to kind of jump across. You had to jump across these island bits, but I kept jumping in the water. I was like, oh, right, get back out the water. And then it'd go across the other side of the island, so I'd have to jump across, back in the water, swim across, climb up onto another little island, go near it.
Oh no, I didn't have a problem. I just got it in a corner and smacked it.
Yeah, it kept darting around the area, so I had to keep like jumping across all them little islands in the middle. And obviously you can't just jump from one to another. You've got to kind of jump off into the water, swim across a little bit, and then climb back up. And it was like,
could you not use your parkour?
It doesn't work. I kind of want like a. I'm assuming, I might be wrong, I'm assuming that there'll probably be like the parkour will give you like a double jump, like if you jump and then you press parkour, it'll give you like an extra step in the air. So that's kind of what I want.
So.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Have you been to the library?
Yes, I've pretty much just done more or less what you said you'd done, where I'm going out to go and fight this Tanta woman who started a fight in the town, and yeah, so
if you go to the library, there's like a book at the end.
There is a book in there.
And you can do these spellcrafts.
You have to do challenges, don't you, or something?
Yeah, and if you do them, it upgrades your power. So I've done 2 of them, but I just got bored of it.
I can see that. I can see
I only, I got it on whatever day it came out.
Tuesday.
Played it that day, then I played it again yesterday, and I was just like, I can't bother. I have no interest. Like, I like the dialogue between them, the Cuff and her. I don't mind that. It's a bit cheesy, but I don't mind it as people have been like going, oh, it's awful. I don't mind that. I just don't like that kind of world, and it's very
plain.
Yeah,
and it's very. I feel like it's empty at times, and it feels like a video game. It doesn't feel like a lived-in world, does it? It feels like a lived-in. It's like, for me, it's very much feels like a B game.
Yeah.
But it's in the wrapper of a AAA game that's at a big budget, and you've got to kind of look at it, treat it like a B game where I feel like you'll get more enjoyment out of it, realizing that it's just a B game that's cheesy and a bit daft, and the combat's all right and it's enjoyable, but
it's just very. The other thing I don't like, now I have dyslexia, and the amount of reading it wants you to do, it's going back to the days of Destiny when you get the little cards and you have to read about them. That's boring me to death. Everything has a page.
To be fair with it, I went to the library. That was one of the most recent things I did. And I was like, and it only gives me a paragraph to read. I was thinking it's going to give me pages and pages and pages of stuff to read, and it gives me a paragraph. And to be fair, you can skip. I kind of realised after a while you can skip out of it. And she kind of goes, so this does this and this and this and this, and you're like, and they kind of have a conversation. You Cuff and you have a conversation. It kind of summarises what that whole reading thing was. So I think I didn't need to read any of that.
No,
So
there is like every new thing you find. There's some reading. So I'm like,
I don't know if it does
I
this
don't want to read.
I don't know if it does this on PlayStation. It probably does. Where just randomly, it'll just come up that the archives page will come up and it'll just put something different on there. You're like, did I pick something up? Have I ended up? What's happened? I don't understand. Did I press the button? I don't know what I've done. And you realise it just sometimes it'll just pop it up and just go. It's some information about where you are or what you're about to earn. Like, I didn't ask to go in here. No. I didn't know what. I don't know why I'm here. I was like, okay, I'm just going to read this quickly and just move on and just close it again. I've done that a few times.
There's a lot of reading about it. Like if you want everything, it's a lot of. I just can't bother because like I already struggle to see the screen or as it is. And then when the writing comes up, it's not exactly big, so I'm there squinting. I'm like, my wrinkles don't like this, so I just deleted it for now. I can't bother. And then I keep seeing like Harry Potter coming out soon. I'm like, I want to play this. I want to go into that world, and not this world at the moment. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be like at the summer. I'll just pop it back in and run around. But at the moment, I just can't bother with it. Like you said, it's a B game in a wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
So take it with a pinch of salt. Like the Metacritic, some of it I agree with it, some I don't. People who are giving it 0 are just silly.
I don't mind it. I quite enjoy. I'm not hating it at all. I quite like it. But there are things in it that makes me go, "Oh, this isn't good." There's some stupid things like when there's dialogue options sometimes, and you are nailed to the floor. You can't move. You are stuck to the floor. Yeah. You cannot. You've got to have these conversations, and you cannot walk. It's no walk and talk. It's walk and stand still. Cannot,
yeah.
No, talk and stand still even. It's and there's like little bits. It's like I say, it's not awful, but there's just a lot of little annoyances around it, which will probably put people off, like you say, like yourself, and it's just. And
yeah, I don't like being stood somewhere and being told something I don't really want to know. Like that guy that sings at you, I just flick through that as quickly as possible. I don't care that you can have a jingle about something that just happened. I just witnessed it. Like I don't.
I've not even seen him yet. I know he's there. I just kind of like I'm going to carry on where I'm going.
Yeah.
Well, I like Bob. Bob's all right.
Yeah.
Bob's all right. I don't mind Bob. The guy who talks nonsense every now and again, and the cuff just calls him a geriatric, whatever he is. He's lost his marbles or something. But he's all right. Yeah. I quite like Bob. And there's some. I don't mind the movement.
There's some nuances in it. It's just not for me at the moment.
Yeah, I can see that very much. I can also see you seeing it in the summer when you're struggling for something to play, and it kind of it's something to do. It's something to do. It's not.
Yes.
It's not massively taxing, I don't think, and you can just run around and just use your magic on things and just run around and shoot things and.
Because I don't know if there's like another like wall of magic, but there's one magic grid and it's filling up very fast.
But that's the thing, though, because people say
go around everywhere.
You can finish this game, they're saying, in like 12 to 16 hours.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a massive game that's like going to take forever. So I feel like it's quite achievable for me to actually finish this one and. It's not outstay its welcome, I suppose, because I feel like if that game was 40 to 50 hours, I feel like I'd be like, geez, I'm not sticking around in this world for 40 to 50 hours. So I probably might give this more of a shot because of how short it is. Seems like it might be. I can get this done in like a few weeks.
They've just put a lot of marketing on it, like a hell of a lot. Like it's everywhere on. Well, where I've been looking, it's everywhere, and I'm like, why? I guess because it's not a first party game.
Square Enix are in it, so Sony have got the deals with them, haven't they? So
is it Square?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
Square Enix, and
they're trying to find their feet, I think, a little bit. Because there's
I feel
no
like
Tomb Raider, is there, or anything like that?
No, they've got Final Fantasy, and that's about it. And they've pretty much got the rest in all the laurels on Final Fantasy being their money. It is their money maker. Let's be fair. So everything else is this will get blamed and not sell the way it's supposed to, like Tomb Raider did and Hitman did, where it got told you didn't meet expectations, and it'll get bombed pretty heavily, I imagine, by Square Enix when it all comes to it. But it's not awful. It really isn't awful. Like a lot of the reviews are saying, it's just bad. I'm like, I don't see it myself. There are bad things about it, but I definitely don't hate it at all. Like I say, I'm relatively enjoying my time with it. It's not something I'm like, no, I can't do this, and I have no desire to go back to it. Like Gotham Knights, I played about 2 hours of that, and I was like, I really want to, but I can't. I really want to, and I might do at some point for Gotham Knights. I really might, but I think the traversal and whatever in this seems more fun to me. So to charge around like the way I am, and looking forward to actually getting potential upgrades for movement. I know I've seen some things for upgrading movement, so.
Oh, okay.
There are movement upgrades you'll get, so it seems there's potential there to it to be. Just like you say, it's like how much of the story do you need to know? Can you skip a lot of the reading without it actually being that big of a deal? That's generally what I normally do.
And then today I purchased
oh no!
What did I? Dead Space.
Okay.
I'm only playing this on story.
Okay.
I don't want any of your normal, your medium or hard. Nope. I just want the story. I just want to see what happens, because I remember playing this long time ago, and I couldn't play it because it scared the bejesus out of me every time one of them things came at me. This time, I shoot them twice, they're dead. They come out of the vents, so in any room that you're in, if you know where the vents are, they're coming out of there. Well, most of the time. Or they're laying down.
Good advice.
Or they're laying on the floor and you just shoot them before you get to them. But yeah, the vents are your friends. Well, they're not your friends, but that's where they have come out of what I have been witnessing in the game. I've only played like 40 minutes of it because I had a nap and then Andy wanted to come down. So I've only played 40 minutes of it. It's like I don't know if I can't remember if I downloaded it on the PlayStation or the Xbox, but like recently, like what in the new like download things, I remember downloading it and thinking and playing it, and it's like, oh, this looks like I have got the wrong glasses on. Like it looked ropey. It like
what's it, 360 game? It'd be old now, yeah.
So it it wasn't great, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't, because like I think it was like the time that it was the re-release was announced. I thought, oh, I'll go back to that, see it, have a look. I thought, oh no, let's not play that. But this one, lovely. It's like, it is very nice. I have turned the brightness to the max that I possibly can take with my eyes. I do not like dark games, but I do like things that are set in space and have like a whole story, because I want to know if I think because you're there to find your wife or something, or something's gone on with the ship. Like I said, I am literally 40 minutes into it, but I've already got my gun, my plasma cutter that you can cut vertical and horizontally. You have to cut the limbs off the I don't even know what they're called. They're just like these big gross monsters that have big arms and big legs, but on their arms they have like these big like claws that swipe at you, and you have to cut them off and make sure they don't come at you. Now I think on like a normal mode you have to cut them off and then kill them. This one, 2 shots, they're dead. I'm happy with that. I can live with that. Like, one of them's grabbed me and my health is still full, so I do not mind that, and I don't care if anyone moans that I play it on story. That's all I want from the game, and that's what I will get from the game.
I mean, to be fair, Anna, just because you're playing on story doesn't mean it's not going to scare you. You're still going to get the experience of it from it. So I think I think that's fine. I'd say it's still going to get what it wants out of you. It's going to have jump scares around and stuff like that. And
It's when they run through the vents, but they don't come at you, but you know they're around.
They're somewhere.
And you're like, oh, where are you at? Where have you gone? But yes, I've already got my gun. I've already got the status, so you can slow down things. So that's like a door was malfunctioning. I got to slow that down so I could go through it. You can use it on the enemies, slow them down. Like if you're playing it on like a hard difficulty, you'd slow them down, cut off their limbs, and then they would just be a blob on the floor, and then you can like kick them in the head. Because that's also a part of the game. It's like you kill them and then you stamp on them, and the stamp is quite nice. It's a good sound. It's like, yeah, smash them in.
You terrify me.
It's a nice crunch. Like you feel it through your hands with the controller. It's a nice crunch. And then you got like boxes on the floor that you also hit, and they're just satisfying. That's the word I'm looking for. Satisfying crunches. But it looks lovely. Apparently it's been built from the ground up. It's got the same story, I'm guessing. But it's been 2023'd is what I'm going to call it. And I will just play it lovingly on the story, maybe move it to easy because it is a little bit easy, but then I don't really want to waste time on it because in 12 days I get Harry Potter, and I'm all about that. I need to watch all the films, get myself into that world because I want to go on a broomstick and fly. Because
what? Wait, what?
In Harry Potter, you can get on a broomstick and fly.
Oh. I thought you meant real.
Well, yeah, if you could do it for real, that would probably be even better.
Probably go to Harry Potter world, can't you? You can go to the studios and probably do stuff like that.
I don't know if you can fly,
I've been there.
though.
I don't think you actually fly on a broomstick. Not when I went, anyway, but this was about 10 years ago. I did drink butterbeer, though, which was very sweet, as you can imagine.
What is it? Is it just like butter and
it's like
yeast?
I think it's butterscotchy, syrupy stuff in lemonade, basically. It was very sweet. I had the girls with me, and bear in mind this was 10 years ago, so they were little. It was too sweet for either of them to drink, so I drank mine and then both of theirs as well. I was buzzing.
I had the same similar experience where I just drank loads of it. I went quite a while back, and I think you probably went butterscotch. It was like ice cream and something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
custard or something. I don't know.
Very thick and very sweet.
But okay, yeah, but they're the. Oh, I did play Persona 4. Was it? Yeah, Persona 4. I don't get it. It's so boring.
It's not.
Wait, you don't
it's
get
brilliant.
I get it.
How dare you?
That's contentious,
But it's so boring.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
I was
so
sat next.
bored.
I came in the room just so I could sing along to the songs.
That doesn't help, to be fair.
I'm so bored. Like they say,
she kept trying to yell at me to leave because I kept singing along.
"Oh, do this" or something.
Oh,
it's just so boring. It's just like, yes, a woman died. Okay, I understand. A woman has died, and then they go, "Oh, another woman has died." Okay, don't keep telling me the same. But I don't need the detective to talk about it.
As I am officially JRPG man around
and then
here
the
now,
TV to talk
I have
about
to wonder: have you ever played a JRPG before? Because they all do this. The first 5 hours is just exposition in all of them.
What's it different then to 5, Dana? Because you've played a lot of 5, haven't you?
5, it got into it a bit faster.
I'll tell you what's different. No, I'll tell you what's different for you. You were fine when it was the cutscenes. As soon as it got into the main game, you took one look at it and went, ugh. You just can't handle the fact it's PlayStation 2 graphics.
You said it looked like 5. Doesn't.
Yeah, as in thematically, it looks like 5.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 5 has a better theme song. So
yeah, it does.
I just, again, it'll just be something I'd play at the summer and have a go. But yeah, it's told me 1,000 times that 2 women are dead. Okay, get on with it. Like,
that's explaining why you're going into the TV.
I've played that much of 4. I played probably a similar amount of 5.
If you had no reason to go in the TV, you wouldn't go in the TV, wouldn't you?
Teddy's all right.
Teddy's ace.
Teddy is all right.
Again, he's just Marty.
Teddy?
Oh, I can't do anything. Oh.
Yeah, but he looks cool, doesn't he? He's cool.
Yes, but so does Morgana. Morgana is excellent. I like her or him.
Yeah.
I can't work out what side he's on because he does like what's her face? What's her name, Kevin? In 5. Panther.
Anne? Yeah. Anne.
So yeah, I do like Morgana more than Teddy at the moment. But Teddy does look
Morgana
cool.
is better than Teddy, but Teddy is still very cool. I need a Teddy model because I've got my little Morgana toy.
It's not like
But I need a Teddy one or Mona.
Teddy.
I want a Teddy model. I saw one when I was looking at all your Japanese pervert toys at Comic-Con one year. They had a little section with no breasticles that had some Persona stuff, and I think it was like 70 quid for a Teddy. And I want one, but I don't 70 quid want one.
Yeah, that's where you see what that is, and then you look for it on eBay and online.
What's it called? I'll look at it on AliExpress. I've already opened the app.
AliExpress.
Teddy from Persona 4.
A friend of mine was saying that they've been looking for Hollow Knight socks, and I sent them a link to AliExpress that had loads of them, and they were just like, "Wow, okay." I don't know why there's loads of them on there. Like, if you Googled it, it was nowhere. No shop sold them, and then AliExpress was just like, "Yeah, they're everywhere." Really made me laugh. Teddy Persona 4. Nothing came up for that. I don't know what Teddy looks like, to be fair. I should probably get a picture of Teddy.
Looks like a bear.
No, I figured, but like
an anime bear.
Like a red bear with big eyes.
Oh, I would not have guessed that. Looking at him now in this picture, he doesn't look anything like I had in mind. I was thinking like a teddy bear. He looks like an egg with legs.
You look like an egg with legs.
I do, to be fair. I mean, you got me there. You nailed me.
Yep.
I've spelled Teddy wrong. That's probably part of the issue. I did it with a Y instead of an IE.
You pervert. Is that you done, Anna?
It is.
Pabby!
I've played Forspoken like we've mentioned. There's not much more I can say on it really. Like I say, I don't mind Forspoken. It's fine. I'll play some more. Like I say, I think I've played nearly 4 hours of it. I'll report back next week. Where I'll try and play some more before next week because there's not a lot out at the minute. I've also played. I'm playing Halo Infinite again. I'm playing it because co-op is now available, and I'm playing it co-op, and that makes that game a lot more fun because it's now just a game where it's just 2 people goofing around, grappling around the area, around the map, just trying to find the collectibles and do all the things. And the story's kind of secondary at this point. But I just like wandering around and shooting some dudes and grappling around the environment, collecting things and unlocking like waypoints and stuff. It's been fun. It's been fun to play it again. I do think I don't know if I can turn it off, but friendly fire is on. So I have very much killed him with grenades and shooting him in the back of the head. So it's not ideal, but it does make it's a different challenge. It's a different challenge playing with friendly fire on. Yeah, Halo Infinite is Halo Infinite. It's still pretty damn good. I've got it on Steam because it was half off, and I don't currently have Game Pass. But it did bring over. Well, I don't know what it did. It brought over it because you open it on Steam and it asks you to log into your Microsoft account. And it brought over. It didn't bring over my save for the game, but how much I'd played, previously in the story mode. But it did bring over all of my stuff for multiplayer. So my character's all there. Everything's all there. I've got like about 5 or 6 Steam achievements just pinged all at once when I logged in. So I was like, okay, so I thought it might have brought the save across, but it didn't. But it's not the end of the world, because like I say, we're just going to rattle through co-op and and do it. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I feel like it might only be 2-player co-op. I might be completely wrong on this, but I feel like it used to be able to have at least 4-player co-op on Halo. Previous ones, anyway. I don't know. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I do like. I liked it at the time. I just fell off it and struggled to get back into it, but it's a good game. Halo Infinite is a very good Halo.
I was just chatting away with you, realising my microphone was muted. We had a
I
lovely
wonder
chat
why
there,
I could
Paddy.
hear you and not hear you through here.
I was saying, yeah, I played Halo 3 on 4-player co-op as the spawn point. So yeah, you definitely used to be able to do co-op.
Yeah, so I feel like I feel like there used to be 4-player. I'm not actually. I've only played it with one other person, so I don't know whether there is 4-player co-op. But it's I don't mind it. I quite like it. It's more Halo, but now you got a grappling hook and it's an open world, and like just hooning around on mongooses, just driving off cliffs.
If there's one thing I like hooning around on, it's a mongoose.
Yeah, the mongooses are good. I like the names of some of the vehicles. The mongoose is a quad, effectively. It's like one of the first vehicles you unlock, and you just get on it and just right we're going, and just launch yourself off these cliff sides. It's quite fun. The only other thing I have played, I've played a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I've gone back to Mario 3D World.
Ooh, I'm going to be playing that soon.
I
got
don't
it for
know
Christmas.
why.
Maybe I talked about it.
I saw someone streaming it the other day. They were doing 4-player like co-op, trying to get all the stars and the hidden stamps and what have you. And I was like, I thought to myself, you know what? I didn't give that a fair shot, and it turns out I didn't, because I was on the second world and not even far into the second world.
God, wow!
I'd done the first world, and I was like, "Yep, I know what this is," and didn't. So I started doing it again. I spent about an hour on one level trying to figure out what I needed to do, trying to find the last. There's one star in somewhere hidden, and I could not, like, in my brain figure out what it was, and I just ended up looking it up. I was like, I need to know where it is because it's driving me insane. I found it. We got to it in the end. Did that. Cleared the first world of all the stamps, all the stars. I think to like get the gold flag as well. I think you've got to land on the top of the flag as well. So that has been. I don't know how long I'll keep that up. I might. I'll probably stop at some point. But I'm enjoying just. I've realised I don't play them anywhere near enough platformers like that, like Mario games. Like I say, I still haven't finished Odyssey. I haven't finished Odyssey. I remember.
No, I haven't either.
I haven't. I got to like the food world, and then I stopped. Don't know why. The food world is just something I just stopped. I was like, I'll get back to it at some point. Never did. I bought the New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe that came out years ago on the Wii U. That came out on Switch a few years back as well. Bought that. And I bet I've done the similar sort of thing. 2 worlds in, stopped. I always like the idea of Mario games and just never finish them. So yeah, I don't know how long I'll last. Just tinkering about on 3D World, but there's Bowser's Fury in there as well, so I could go back to that as well at some point. I played a fair amount of that as well. I didn't finish that either, but I enjoyed what I played of Bowser's Fury as well. That was quite fun. You played Bowser's Fury. You've only just got it, Sheepdog, didn't you say?
I've got it, but I haven't played it.
Yeah,
I've not played it yet.
Bowser's Fury is good. It's different anyway. It's very different for a Mario game. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Unless you want to talk about not much Fortnite. I've played like one evening of Fortnite on my own, and Marvel Snap, which I continue to be addicted to and playing. I'm nearly level 40.
I keep forgetting that exists.
Yeah.
I do play it occasionally, but regularly forget it exists. You've now reminded me again.
I've got into like the phase of like, okay, I know when the shop rotates, and I know when to get the free credits, and I know when to get the quick upgrades to get more levels through the player levels to get more cards, and then it's like some days I like do 2 challenges. 2 or 3 of the daily challenges sort of thing, and maybe a long-standing battle pass challenge, some days I do all the challenges on it, like I do all the dailies, and then I'm ticking off some of the battle pass challenges as well, and I move like 4 levels up the battle pass. I'm like I say, I'm nearly 40 on the battle pass, and I'm only just learning that the battle pass is only like monthly, so they last for a month. The battle pass. I'm thinking, wait, are they gouging me for £8 a month to do the battle passes? I'm like,
Yes, they are, Paddy.
yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Like,
He's only just realised.
if you want,
Who else is gouging
like,
you?
if you
Pab?
wanted a Fortnite battle pass, if you paid £8 for Fortnite battle pass, that's 3 months worth of battle pass. That. So it's like £8 every 3 months. That I can kind of stomach that if that's the way you're doing it. But £8 a month for a card game that I'm playing. I am playing it regularly, so I'm probably getting my money's worth out of it. Plus, I've also given them some money because I wanted Jubilee. Jubilee was in the thing for a £5 with like in-game credit and some different things. And then I bought it, and then I realised I already had Jubilee, and I just didn't know it.
You are a maniac.
I don't know what I did.
Can I have some money, please, Pab? I've got something for you. I
send me
don't
a
know what it
Jubilee
is,
as well.
but you probably want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you a Jubilee.
Yeah, £5. But
Amazing.
yeah, that is your lot from me today.
Splendid. Well, we will wrap that up then. The final bit of podcast in the 400s you'll ever hear. I think that's been the longest 100 we've ever done. It's taken us about 3 years, I should think, to do from 400 to 500. But next week, a new era begins with 4 new presenters. That's it from us. We're done. That's how it works, isn't it? It's 4 new people next week.
I think so. That's what they told us. That's what our
We
agent
regenerate.
said. Yeah,
It's going to be
we're like
amazing.
Doctor Who.
If you do want to follow us in our last moments before we regenerate, you can do that at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Lalujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
And we'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks, folks.